Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh, yeah.
And guys, we're live. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
What's up, everybody? I'm Corey. This is Daniel. We're with The Enemy Within. And we got two more, but they're not with us tonight. Our singer, Ariana, is doing a bakery gig with her food truck. And our guitarist, Jason, is actually with his other band, Malefic, at Bog Social tonight, I believe. Yeah, Bog Social in Atlanta. So we figured me and Daniel would drop in and say hello to our friend here.
All right, guys. Since I had you guys on a couple months ago, what's going on with you guys?
Bunch of the same, man. We just played our first show back after like a 6 months break just to record new music, get new stuff out. I think we put out 2 singles since the last time. Yeah. Because last time we talked to you, I think we had just put out Circle of Rats. And we put out Victory Position about 6 months ago. And then just about a month ago, we put out a song called Ascend. So we've just been in the studio busting ass, trying to get as much stuff recorded as we can. We got a whole back catalog ready to go now, so just going to be dropping a bunch of music this year. But it was good to get back on stage. We played Ground Zero
in Spartanburg.
Yeah, we played at Ground Zero in Spartanburg with Shallow Side and Fear Illusion and State of Illusion and a bunch of sick bands. So it was a good show. It was good to be back on stage.
So all the illusions were there. Okay.
All the illusion. It was definitely the illusion show. Yeah. No magic tricks, unfortunately.
No?
No rabbits out of hats, no nothing. Good music though.
Yeah, it was killer music. Fear Illusion's super heavy.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to be that heavy.
Yeah.
It's a very prog show.
It was a cool mixed bill too, because us and State of Illusion were both the kind of proggy bands. Then we had 2 like gnarly heavy bands, or one gnarly heavy band, and then 2 like kind of, I don't know what you call it, like Southern rock, Southern hardcore kind of deal.
Yeah,
they're good. It was a good party atmosphere for sure.
So when do you think the other songs are going to drop?
The newest one should be out here in the next month or so. We got to finish up track and vocals for it. But the instrumental's done, and we're still doing everything in-house. I'm still doing all the mixing and mastering and whatnot, so it's as quick as I can get it done. But I'd like to think in the next month or so it should be out. But I'm excited for that one. I would definitely say it's the best representation of what we were actually like going for as a band. So we spent more time on it than any of the other ones as far as the writing goes.
Yeah.
Are you going to do a music video for it, or you're just going to do a lyric video?
Hopefully we're going to do a music video for this one. This should be our first music video. We've been talking with a guy in Greenville who is going to work with our meager budget. That's the problem doing music videos for our stuff, man, is it's always like the ideas that we all have for them are, you'd need like a B-list Marvel movie kind of budget for them. And we have like a $0 budget instead. So trying to make something cool with, what we can actually accomplish is always interesting. Because the song is called Blown Out the Fucking Airlock is the working title. And it's literally about that. It's about a guy. It's like a story of a dude getting shot into space, whatever. And so obviously the music video for that would be a guy getting shot into space, but that's kind of hard to film for $500.
Yeah.
We can't find
You could always use 5-minute hacks, Like,
Yeah.
go to Fiverr and hire somebody to get shot into space.
Yeah.
realistically, all you would need is an airbag and a chair.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
A couple hobby rockets from
Tannerite's still legal.
Yeah,
right?
Tannerite is still legal.
I mean, just put somebody on a chair, put an airbag underneath them, and go.
Yeah.
They go flying.
You know what? That might not be the worst.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be a great idea for a music video. Would be a guy trying to get to space using a $500 budget.
Yeah, if you had one of those frame by frame, like really nice, like shutter cameras,
Yeah.
you could really slow it down and make it super dramatic. You could stretch that 8 foot.
I mean,
Yeah.
These days you can do everything with your phone, so who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what we've done everything else with, man. Getting an iPhone was the biggest change for me.
And I should say this so I don't get in trouble. Do not try this at home, kids. Do not try this at
Yeah.
home. Please, no.
Don't go buy Tannerite.
We are
Even if it is
trained
legal.
idiots.
Jackass Part 4.
I was literally about to
Jackass.
say that. Bow, 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 now, now.
Yeah, Jackass Part 4.
Yeah.
So $500 budget to shoot somebody out of space.
Pretty much. That's where we're at.
Yeah, that's more or less the slowdown and why, like, you know, the lyric video ended up being what it is, which is still done really well. It's probably like the most popular thing on the channel, other than the other lyric video.
Yeah.
So those always do well, and is an easy alternative.
Yeah.
To not break the bank while we're still, you know, upping on gear. Everybody's getting gear all the time.
Yeah.
Bass strings are expensive too.
Bass strings are really expensive. Cymbals are really expensive. But yeah, it's been cool with the lyric videos too, because I mean, I'd like to think that we write comparatively interesting lyrics to a lot of what's like current in metalcore. You know, you get a lot of like, fuck you, you're my enemy, I'll kick your ass kind of stuff. But like, I don't know, I'd like to think we like try to write stories, interesting narratives and stuff. So being able to highlight the lyrics in a lyric video is pretty cool. It's a good alternative, and it's cheap. It's free actually, because we just do it all ourselves. So all it costs is time.
Yep.
Speaking of that, do you want to see if you can pull up the newest video?
Yeah, man. Let me see if I can get it.
Fingers.
Just a couple seconds of it.
I want to say this might be it. Hey. Yeah, this is a weird video for our newest single, Sin. Yeah. Ari did, yeah, she did all the video compiling, and then I did all the lyrics.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the working idea of what you just said of, you know, you got a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do what you can.
Yep.
Definitely helps. Definitely helps out a lot.
Mm-hmm. Having visual content is super important, just whatever it is.
Yeah, with reach, doing anything with reach and trying to get people within the first 5 seconds, you know.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about the song if the intro is like 2009 fucking like how the UFC still uses the same intro, that guitar riff. It's like that.
Yeah.
You got to find the little niche.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, since you said UFC, is there a fighter you would want one of your songs to come out
Oh,
to?
dude.
Oh fuck, dude. Justin Gaethje.
Anybody? Yeah.
Anybody who throws bombs like that? Justin Gaethje.
Oh man.
I do it for Wonder Boy just because he's local from where I'm from.
Yeah, Wonder Boy would be sick.
Yeah.
Trying to think like.
Just listen to our band Wonder Boy.
Yeah, who's like a metalhead in the UFC? I'm trying to think.
I'd say Tony Ferguson, but I don't know what the fuck that guy listens
Tony
to.
Ferguson comes out to like 90s techno. We could get on that vibe if we needed to. But no, that I've always thought that would be sick, man, to like, or pro wrestling too. Like I've always thought that I've always wanted to write somebody's like walkout music. I think that'd be badass.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we write the right kind of riffs for that.
We can write the right kind of
Yeah.
riffs.
And you see there's people doing it now too. Like it used to be they would, creative would do their all their themes in house or whatever. But you see some of the bands that we grew up listening to, like I know Motionless in White has a song that somebody walks out to? Like,
I think her name is. It's a female. I think her name is Mama or Mother or
yeah,
Mommy. I think.
Yeah, I don't keep up too
That's
much
why we
with
need
the.
Jason.
I know. I was about to say he would be the perfect person for this because Jason is the one of us who really keeps up with the pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Me and him and Daniel are like huge MMA fans, but he's the one that really like he watches AEW and WWE and all the competing products and whatnot. So
I stopped watching everything in the 90s.
Yeah. I was really into it. I thought I wanted to be a pro wrestler until about 2007 or 8. And then I was like, oh man, maybe I should choose something that's easier to make money in. And so I picked music.
Little did you know.
Yeah, little did I know. That's where
it's the same.
Okay, so speaking of that, if you could pick one thing in the music industry to change, what would it be? I know there's several, but
one thing.
Fuck, man.
I'm pretty sure this topic's going to come up because it's been a hot topic so much lately.
Yeah. I would say if I had to pick one, just based on what I've been trying to deal with my personal stuff on YouTube, like posting my drum content and whatnot, if the TikTokification of the music industry, this thing where nothing can be consumed in more than 20-second sound bites of the thing, and it is all based on what I feel is sort of a dishonest gaming of the algorithm. You know what I mean? You can post and I know you know this too, you can post the exact same piece of content twice with a different title, and that title, not because the content's better or different or anything, but it just, one goes crazy and one does nothing. It literally happened today with a YouTube short I posted. I posted the same thing twice. One had like a slightly different title that was a little more clickbaity, and there you go, an extra 1,000 views or whatever. And that's what I would change. I wish it was more like, as cool as streaming and the discovery of new artists is, I feel like back in the day when you had to go like find your buddy's record or like borrow a CD or get a CD burned for you, that like there was more incentive to enjoy the thing as the whole piece instead of a soundbite. So that'd probably be it.
But everything is soundbite right now.
Yeah.
You can only what you said. You can only have a certain amount of seconds, or they're going to copyright you or mute it,
or it'll just never get seen. You'll have people who have thousands and thousands of followers, and they'll post a long form content, and it never gets views.
Yeah,
it'll get if they average 1 million, and all their videos are a minute long, and then they post something that's long form that's 7-8 minutes long with 2 ads in it instead of the 1 or just 0. Then they're going to get half the views or a quarter of the views they will on that one most of the time.
It's an attention span thing.
Yeah.
And that's not anybody's like.
We're not trying to write 8-minute songs, guys. We just fucking listen to the 4-minute one.
And the thing is, I think the mistake that people make a lot of the time is they blame that on like, oh, it's the new generation. It's these kids. It's like, nah, dude, there's billions. There's a multi-billion-dollar industry that is sitting here hiring psychoanalysts to figure out how the dopamine in your brain gets released when you get a notification. Like, of course it works. They put $1 billion into it. Like, why wouldn't it work? Why wouldn't people be addicted to their phones or addicted to, short form gratifying content? Like, that's the whole purpose,
It's literally going down the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm. And that is why I respect, you familiar with Sleep Token, I'm sure?
Yes, I know Sleep Token.
That's why I respect what they're doing so much, because they are going against every conventional metric that you could think of to promote their shit. Like, they don't have a bunch of videos with their faces in it. They don't have these super TikTokable moments and all that stuff in their songs. The latest single they put out that went crazy is 6.5 minutes long, which is unheard of, in the era of don't bore us, get to the chorus. If you can get it to under 3 minutes, that's even better. So I just think it's cool that they've kind of carved their own little path through all that. And the music's just killer, so that makes a big difference.
I just recently, I mean, I'll be honest, I just recently heard about them.
Hmm.
Like they weren't per se on my radar until maybe a couple months ago.
I think that was the case for a lot of people. Like, because I had seen them
Oh,
in passing, but that was about it.
oh, I wasn't sleeping on them. I just never heard of them until a
Yeah,
couple months ago.
same.
To make that clear, because I know there's a lot of people that be like, "What do you mean?" Yeah, but no. What do you call it? And there was a rumor about them that their lead singer is Corey Taylor for some reason. I saw something somewhere. I thought that was a little interesting.
Yeah, he made a whole post about that. I think.
You know,
It's like,
I love Corey Taylor. I really do, and I love Slipknot, but he ain't singing like that no more.
didn't Luke Holland? Didn't he have to come out and say he
Yeah.
wasn't the drummer?
Luke Holland had
The
to come
drummer
out.
Had to do the same thing.
Yeah, Luke Holland had to come out and be like, "No, I'm not the drummer for Sleep Token." Andy Sizik from Monuments came out and was like, "No, I'm not the vocalist from Sleep Token." And that, to me, that's cool as shit that they can do that. That's cool that that's become part of their marketing campaign. You know, like you want to get people talking, and just the fact that they've retained some amount of anonymity on the internet, which nobody can do. You get doxxed for anything. Like,
But I'm
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I saw something about that. I'm like, he's too busy. There's no way. First
Yeah.
of all,
I mean,
yeah,
he's got
there's no way.
so much money, ungodly amounts of money, and to go do a Sleep Token touring cycle, which don't get me wrong, Slipknot tours hard, but like they tour hard and stay in nice hotels every night or nice buses. You know, Sleep Token ain't doing that. But I think they actually have. I think they have sussed out who the lead singer is supposedly, but I can't remember his name, nor would I further publicize that information because I think it's cool as shit that they keep everything under wraps. I think that's dope.
So it's pretty much like the Masked Singer, but different.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know who it is.
Well, it's like Ghost. Ghost is very similar in that regard. Like people know who they are, but it's still they're not out here doing unmasked interviews and stuff. I remember that big change with Slipknot because they were my introduction to heavy music as a kid and like my favorite band for 10 years. And I was around for when they went from the creepy guys who nobody knew who they were, who never took the masks off, to when they dropped Volume 3 being like, okay, we'll do the unmasked interviews and I'm in this other band, Stone Sour, and all this other stuff. And I just remember like,
Yeah.
It was cool. It was, as on one hand, as a fan, it was really cool to see behind the scenes. But on the other hand, it lost a little bit of the mystique that it had to it. Because, you know, when you're 14 or whatever, when you're an edgy 14-year-old, Slipknot doing the weird shit they do on stage really speaks to you on a core level.
So going back to about changing things in the industry, what is your feeling about merch cuts?
Fuck all that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much sums it up.
I won't speak for the other two. I think they would feel the same way. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But they could speak for themselves. But like, yeah, for the most part, fuck all that. Especially for bands who are just, you finally get your first decent big gig to go play to, 500 people, 1,000 people, 2,000 people, whatever it might be. And then you figure out that you're losing all that fucking money to merch cuts for a spot you're already paying for to pay the other people more fucking. It doesn't make any sense when, you're already taking such a heavy, you're the booked band.
Well,
and act two.
Yeah. And the fact that according to people in the industry who you'd think would be just rolling in the money, if there was going to be somebody take like,
Talking about
well, I think it was Bad Omens was one of them. Like they're one of the hottest bands going right now. They just like sold out a tour, like they're doing the whole thing, but they put on a hell of a stage show. And they were talking about the fact that once they get the production budget and everything taken care of, they sometimes break even after merch. Like they go in the hole to put on the kind of show they want to do, and then merch is the only way they make money. So then to take a cut of that is absolutely asinine. It was Rammstein too.
Yeah.
That's who it was. Because they're doing stadiums.
They're super excessive, but for them to only do a show like that isn't like like it's not a circus. It's definitely insane. It's intense, but you shouldn't lose that much money doing that. And when everything else is already being like squeezed as hard as this, it's hard to make money on Spotify. You can have millions of streamers or millions of streams and still not be making enough
to live on.
To live on, to be like, okay, we got four people, and most bands are more than that. You got most bands now are fucking 6-7 people are involved.
Mm-hmm.
You have somebody who's marketing and doing managing and et cetera, et cetera. You're squeezing it even tighter. We're lucky to have just 4 people, and even then, you do that much money, you're still not making enough, like you said, to live on or do anything off of.
Because the whole thing started because Gojira was selling $40 T-shirts, and everybody was like, "Oh, what the fuck, Gojira?" Blah blah blah. And then you start looking at the costs that go into it, because they're like super eco-friendly. They print on like good quality material, whatever. You can get into all that, but it's just like at a show at that size at a Live Nation venue, because that's really the point. Fuck Live Nation. It's less fuck Merch Cuts as a concept. It's more fuck Live Nation as a company. Because they're the reason that this is all happening, because they keep buying out these fucking venues and imparting these. They're not providing any improved service. They are simply creating a bottleneck and then monetizing that bottleneck, which you could argue that's really what a lot is going on now in the world in general.
Yeah.
It's like people aren't really doing shit. They're just like placing a barrier in between you and the thing you want to do, and then charging you extra to past this artificial thing that they've created. It's but yeah, fuck Live Nation basically is my point there.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get too much pushback on that, to be honest.
I think there's like exceptions, like you definitely want, if a venue's going out of their way or doing something like extreme to look out for you, like you got called to fill in and play a co-headliner, maybe you like look out a little bit, but to be like, oh, let's just get it's like people who say like, oh, 50-50 cut off of merch, and then don't want to split bar tab. Like, okay, now 50-50 the bar tab. Well, no. We sold the alcohol. It's like, yeah, but the people are here to watch the bands that are buying your alcohol.
And funnily enough, it's not often a problem with local venues.
No,
it's not a problem with smaller venues. It's not this like, no one's bitching about the Drunken Unicorn or Ground Zero or Got Rocks or like any of the venues that we play taking these crazy merch cuts, because they're actually for the people. It's all the places that share the same clientele with like a Taylor Swift concert or not to shit on Taylor Swift, but like if they want to do crazy merch cuts at a Taylor Swift concert, that's fine, because there's a big enough pie to go around. But even a huge band like Gojira, they're not pulling enough people to, maybe they are. Maybe a band that size is pulling enough people to offset the cost, but like anybody under that's pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
And that was the only way we weren't screwed. Like you're saying, like that was the only place that you could make money. And
yeah, but just to be clear, we're not angry because we get shit on. We get shit on naturally because we're a small local band. That just happens. You can come to shows and we'll give you t-shirts.
Yeah, we'll give you t-shirts.
We'll fucking just give you stuff.
Yeah.
But like it definitely is like daunting for that to be the inevitable next step, is knowing that you're eventually going to be able to do the thing, and you start touring doing this, and you're going to deal with this bullshit too.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're the hottest fucking thing right now.
Yeah.
Which is, again.
Yeah, if you're Spirit Box or Bad Omens or whoever, like they're still getting half screwed on these shows, even if they are coming out somewhat in the green.
Yeah.
But Spirit Box pulled out of what do you call it? Falling Reverse tour.
Oh yeah, I saw that. There's a lot of.
There's a lot of.
No, what were you saying? Continue.
No, I'm saying, what I've seen, there's just a lot of drama there anyway. But yeah, I just figured since you mentioned them, but so here's a fun question for you, because it's going to make you think a little bit here.
Oh boy.
2-day festival. First day is female fronted.
Mm.
Second day is Dead or Alive.
Okay.
Who are your top 5? And it could be regional. It could be regional acts. It could be national.
Yeah.
Ginger.
Yeah, Ginger's headlining on day 1.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Trying to think what some other like. Oh God, you put me on the spot now. We would be playing sometime on the first day.
I would definitely be selfish enough.
I would be selfish
myself. If I'm given the option.
Oh hell
booking
yeah!
myself for
We're playing. Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
We're gonna open. We're gonna have like a nice little cool 30-minute opening slot, and then I'm gonna go like, have some drinks and enjoy the rest of the show. Oh my God, old school, but OTEP. You remember OTEP?
Okay. Yep.
I fucking loved OTEP back in the day.
I wrestled a bear once.
I
would definitely watch them.
Well, but Courtney LaPlante's that Spirit Box.
But
You don't make Courtney pull a double set. That's fucked up. Iwobo would be great though.
Yeah, I'd definitely watch that. Not to shit again on Spirit Box and stuff. It's such a so dear to my heart.
That's honestly a really good pick because I wrestled a bear once. That's some old school stuff too. But yeah, we do Spirit Box for the first day. It would be from open to headline. It would be us, Iwobo, OTEP, Spirit Box, and then Ginger headlining. Yeah.
And who's your regional?
We need a regional. We really.
Oh yeah.
Do.
Who's your homies that you're gonna put on there?
On the female fronted thing.
Yeah.
Who else?
I'd do Nailbite.
Nailbite, yeah.
I'd do Nailbite.
Nailbite, or there's a band that I fucking love out of Atlanta called Atlas Orbiter. They're like really good proggy, like think like the Contortionist Exoplanet, but with not Exoplanet, sorry, the Contortionist like language, but with a chick singer, and it's really good.
Nailbite's not a regional though.
Yeah,
that one would be
They're
close.
Well, I'll let you have it.
Yeah,
I throw up between those two.
Yeah,
easily because I don't know the other, but I do know Nailbite rather well.
Atlas Orbiter is a band that I was in the kind of proximity of in my old band, Mob Tones. We haven't got up that way yet, but. And then what'd you say the other one was Dead or Alive?
Yep.
Rush again. I'd see Rush again 1,000 times if Neil Peart was still alive.
Yeah.
I don't care if they were 80. That's like I complain when people still go see AC/DC because I'm a hater. But like those guys were kicking ass when I saw them when they were 60.
Yeah. That'd be a good one.
I'd see Rush for sure.
Oh man, I don't. Well, see, we can't even book it around that concept though, because, see, I would end up picking. If I was going to be totally honest, I would end up picking like, I don't know, some like jazz guy. I would want like, yeah, I know. I would want like a Miles Davis or a John Coltrane or something like that. Like just one of these just prodigious legends or whatever. Or if a more recent jazz legend just recently passed, like Chick Corea, like I would fucking love to go see him. I'm sad I never got to go see him. I'd end up putting like, see, it's fucked up for me because my 5 probably wouldn't end up being metal bands because I don't.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter though.
Yeah. So I'd say like, do like Rush, Chick Corea. I'm gonna put like Jacob Collier on there for my personal enjoyment.
Okay.
Oh, give me one more.
Leo. I'd go see my buddy Leo. I'd go see Leo.
Hell yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be something I want to do before I die.
Yeah, he's got an acquaintance named Leo over in where's he from?
He's from the Netherlands.
Yeah,
go listen to his music. It's just Leo. He also has a bass channel at Leo Bass Covers. And it's amazing, and he's super talented.
Yeah, and he's a sweetheart of a guy. And actually, he's going to be on a song with us. I'm not going to pretend to know when that one is coming out because that one's still – he recorded the vocals for it forever ago, but we're going to end up rewriting it, reworking it. We might actually work on that after we get done with this interview, to be honest with you. I've been thinking about that for the last, 3 days. I got riffs for that. But we got a song with him coming out that'll be soon or relatively soon. But yeah, it's like throw the homie on there. And then if we had one more – I would like shit. Who?
We gotta pick something stupid. It's gotta be dumb, bro.
I don't know, dude. Like, fucking Dolly Parton.
Yes. Okay. Dolly Parton for sure. She kicks ass.
She does kick ass.
That
Yeah.
man kicks ass.
Yeah, I fucking love Dolly Parton.
I go see her or Unknown Henson. I go see Unknown Henson, but I know he still does stuff, but he's close. He's getting there. Sorry, Unknown, you getting old, buddy.
See, I would do like I would also, if we're being totally honest, I would do somebody like a John Mayer or somebody that's just like shit that I genuinely really like, but that you never think to go. I would never go think to see him live. So like, why not throw him on the end of the bill? But yeah, that's a good question.
Sorry, we probably went over 5 or 6 or 7.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so at the halfway mark, I do this at every episode. You can flip it on me. You can ask me anything.
Okay. Let's see.
You got new song. What are some new songs? Like, I know you listen to a lot of local stuff. What's on your playlist? Like, what's on your spin? You got one that you've heard every day, or
I can actually pull that up. I actually have a Spotify playlist for the show, so
Nice.
it's like 3 of your favorites on there.
I'm pulling it up right now because I use this as my alarm clock as well. So
I feel that.
for right now, I have Miss Misery Unplugged by Poet.
Poet.
Okay.
I'm trying to pull the rest up right now. That's been. I'm going to have to say Carbon Stone Scream.
Is it the name of the band, Carbon Stone?
Yeah.
That's badass.
Hell yeah. Here, I'm adding these to my little thing to look up.
And Ocean of Illusion. They're on there as well.
Okay.
I literally wake up to it could be you guys one day, it could be freaking Septis the next.
Septis is really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of them.
Well, okay, well, since I brought them up, I made an announcement on Facebook, but I never did it on YouTube yet. I'm actually affiliated with Septis, the band.
Oh, you really?
Yeah,
Nice.
The other day, it was a couple days ago.
Hell yeah.
So,
yeah, no, they.
yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of their posts floating around. A lot of their like, sort of music marketing stuff is. I think I just joined one of their little like marketing groups or something the other day. They seem to be pretty smart with what they, how they promote their stuff.
And they actually have a podcast as well, and it's actually going on as we speak.
Oh, nice.
The Honeycomb Hideout.
Cool.
It's on Facebook, and I believe it's on Spotify as well.
Yeah.
I figured to shout them out real quick.
Yeah, for sure, dude. We've thought about doing something kind of like that, or at least I don't know about a podcast, but we've talked about doing like getting together the 4 of us on a YouTube channel and doing like gaming content or just Twitch streams or anything like that. Because we it's a good excuse to go hang out with your friends because thankfully we all do like each other. But yeah, just everybody.
He's shaking his head now.
No, we don't. No, we're really lucky in that regard.
Emotional, damn it!
Oh, that fucked me up. Oh,
That was good.
that was really good.
That was good.
But but yeah, like we're really lucky in that regard. We have a very good, healthy environment in the band. I would like to think, especially when you see some of the drama, that unfolds with other bands. It's just like, I don't know, just talk to each other, man. That's all it
We're
takes.
just a bunch of goofy fucking goobers, man.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on. I don't know.
So I'm gonna give you the Freaky Friday scenario. Who do you want to be for 24 hours in the band?
Oh, in our band?
Yeah. Who do you not want to be for 24 hours?
Oh God. Trying to think of the answer that doesn't super. Fuck, I don't know, man. That's a really good question.
Are you going to put the fifth on that so you don't get hurt?
No, I don't. It's not even about hurting feelings. It's just like the amount. You just gave me a whole avenue of ideas of things I could do within a day if I was Corey or Ari or Jason. Like,
yeah. The problem isn't that it's a bad question. The problem is that it's too good of a question because we're gonna really think about it.
yeah,
Uh,
I'd almost 100% have to be Ari and go do a bunch of like rank shit and just dumb stuff.
yeah,
I would just like
I would. I don't know. I could be you and then just like go commit a bunch of crimes.
that's
And
fine.
then, and then just be like, yeah, what did you do? You robbed 3 banks and then gave it all to your best friend for some reason. That's fucking weird.
Just give it right to him.
Yeah. Daniel would pick Ari. I would probably pick Daniel.
Okay.
I'll steal Daniel's body for a day. That'd be fun.
Get away with some shit, man.
You're really good at Call of Duty. I'd go fucking mop up on I'd go mop up on some like Warzone or some shit. Because I'm ass at those games.
I'd be able to dress nice or decent for a day and like have fucking, I don't know, self-preservation
Yeah.
or something. I don't even know. I don't even think Ari has that.
You'd have a food truck.
See, but Jason would be just as fun because then I'd have like an afro and shit, and that would be just sick.
You'd have an afro and like some like sick pants and
Oh, just to talk about that too. We played Ground Zero. You know, I showed up in like all black. Ari shows up in like all black leggings. Corey shows up in his get up, and then Jason pulls up and gets out. And we had been there for like 20 minutes already. So like we had been established, like everybody had seen us and et cetera, like the door guy. And Jason pulls up and gets out of his car, and he's wearing like the brightest pants and the brightest shirt known to man.
yeah, it's like a space nebula on his ass, basically.
Yeah.
And like a
He's
tie-dye
just
shirt.
All the drip, man.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Yeah.
And the guy who's running the door, he almost immediately turned to us and was like, looked at him and went, "Where are you guys from?"
Yeah.
Didn't worry about it the entire time we were there, but as soon as Jason got out looking all flamboyant, he was like, "Are you guys from like New York or something?"
Yeah, where are y'all from?
Where y'all coming from?
It is funny because he is from New York.
Yeah.
He's a real transplant. We're all from like this general area. Like he's from Greenville and Ari and me are from Toccoa. But Jason, he's been in Georgia for what? Like it's been a while. He's been here a minute. But yeah, he's a New York transplant. So, and we have to import him from Atlanta every time that we want to play with him anyway because he's 2.5 hours away from us. So he drives. He's got a crazy drive like once a week at least for practice. So he's a
Wow.
And we love him for that.
Yeah, he's a fucking champion, dude. Like Jason, in addition to being a killer guitarist and a sweetheart, he's also like he has the work ethic required to make it work because it requires that. I'm lucky being the drummer because everybody has to come to me. I got more shit to drag around than everybody else, so I just make everybody come to my house. I got the studio here and everything, so it works out. But
I'm still off of my head thinking about shit I would do.
yeah, Daniel's back here just imagining what he would do
Yeah.
with Ari's. I'm just gonna go roll around in some mud and fucking.
Oh, dude, I can't even like. I would eat so much horrible Thai food. She would wake up the next day and she would fucking hate me.
It's the only reason we'd overtake our other band members' body is to give each other horrible diarrhea.
Yeah, inflict some sort of pain
Yeah,
because we love each other so much.
we do love each other. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're gonna end up talking about that later.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could collab with anybody, who would it be?
Well, we already got one of the dream. I definitely want to do something a little more new with Candescent, but doing Circle of Rats with Candescent's Braden, the vocalist, was really cool.
Yeah.
That was definitely like
And it's crazy to see how they've taken off since then too.
Yeah,
Just
shout
with-
out to them too. Man.
Yeah, they're fucking killing it. They're really killing it. They just put out a new EP and it's very, very good. And they haven't even had to like drop music like that to get the kind of push they're getting. They've just been doing it the old fashioned way and fucking
Ground up, no hype, no bullshit.
yeah, just busting out fucking shows every week, which I wish we could do more of. I wish we lived a little more in the circle of things.
It's within their genre too. You know, they're beat down hardcore. So they're going to shows and playing, you know, even if it's a 30, 40 minute set, those are fast.
Yeah.
And it's more about being in the pit and getting like having that experience. So,
Yeah.
you know, 2-3 shows a week for them is like very average.
Yeah.
We're not very average. You're still above average, but like
Mhm.
it's very normal for a band like that to
Yeah.
want to push like that. But they are genuinely killing it.
Well, and the hardcore scene in South Carolina and Georgia is just like popping off regardless. Like East Coast hardcore is going crazy right now with like the younger crowd, which is fucking awesome. Like it's just cool that it's heavy music. It's cool that there's a place for that. I know can't remember the guy's name offhand, but they just recently had a show at a skate park in somewhere. Was it Greenville? Was it Spartanburg?
Just somewhere over there.
Somewhere
Maybe
up
Greenwood.
in Greenwood, somewhere up in South Carolina. They had a show at a skate park, fucking packed it out with 300 kids. Like, did the whole thing. Like, just super cool to see that. Because the idea of that happening in middle of nowhere South Carolina just 5 years ago was absolutely unheard of. Maybe it'll make its way to Toccoa soon, but I kind of doubt it for some reason.
We'll travel. You don't have to come here.
Yeah, you don't have to come here. I don't suggest anyone comes here.
We'll travel.
Why is there nothing out by you?
Nah, man, there ain't shit. The closest show we've been able to play to home. Well, okay. Funny story. We played one show that was genuinely really cool. It was out in Clayton. It was called Pausapalooza. It was like a benefit for an animal shelter, and it was some cool bands. I think Life Without and
Is it Fender Explosive?
yeah, but that's what I'm about to get into. Life Without and Sawzall Doll and a couple other of the homies played out there with us, and they had a makeshift stage, and everybody's drinking whiskey, and it was fun. It was a good time. But that was about 40 minutes away. The only closer show we've played was at this little 1950s diner in Cornelia. It's about 15 minutes away. And it was, I think, because I don't think we're going to get booked again. So I think I can say this.
That's fine.
It was the biggest shit show that I've ever been a part of as far as a show. And it wasn't necessarily the venue's fault. It was the middle of August. It was about 103 degrees outside. It was on an open stage outside. And this is a little like I said, think like a Denny's, like a Denny's 1950s style diner. And they have a setup on this stage in the direct sunlight. And we use Backing Tracks Live run off of a laptop. And so the sun is just pouring down on us. We had already learned like 4 cover songs in 2 weeks. Or it was like really a week. We had written and recorded and learned 4 cover songs in a week. So we could try to appease to the people that were there who were not going to be our crowd like at all. And we knew that. So we were like, we can remake some pop songs and make them heavy. And so we start getting into these songs that we don't even really know that well. And the sun starts hitting my laptop and the tracks start skipping and the laptop starts
Oh my
repeating.
god.
And like, I'm getting like, warnings and beeps and pops and clicks out of this computer that I have never seen it make before or since. And so I'm trying to like cover it with like a towel and like push it back into the shade. And then after about 20 minutes of this, I like do a restart and finally get it going. And like about that time, the sound guy comes over and holds up the tablet that he was using to mix the set. And he goes like, well, looks like the sun got to this one too. This thing's dead as shit. I don't know what to tell you guys.
He literally, I shit you not. And the guy's a really cool guy. I think you guys knew him.
Yeah. No, I know the dude. He's a sweetheart. He's not bad at his job at all. It was
But
just
he like licked his fingers from chicken fingers walking up with the fuck out. Hey man,
yeah.
this fuck.
He was eating chicken wings and he was just like, man, I don't think this thing's working no more. Shit.
Corey looked over at me and said, "Bro, where's he at?" And I looked out and I could see him sitting in his car on the side of the road. I was like, "You see this fucking car?" Bro?
He was in there with the tablet on the AC, trying to get the tablet to cool down. And yeah, and it was the kind of show where you get done with a song, and you try to, when you're writing a song, you try to end it on a high note, like a high energetic note or whatever. So you get done with all this. Yeah, you get done with all this just crazy shit at the end, whatever. You hit your big finish, and then it's just like crickets, dead silence, like a bunch of people trying to enjoy their like fucking Philly melt or whatever. And we're doing like a drop C deathcore version of an Adele song. And
I have to hear that.
I'll literally send it to you. We got
Please.
Yeah, it's just like it's the heavier version. We did that. What did we do? We did Adele. We did Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
We didn't do the other ones weren't covers. One of them was Capsize.
Yeah, we did.
It was a shit show.
Yeah, that was not good. Yeah,
which I like that song too.
It's a good song. We just didn't know it. But literally, we had within the band, we had like a disagreement about like what we were gonna do, because we got like 2 weeks out from the show, and it was just like we looked at Ari and we were like, "All right, so do you want to just play guitar and sing some covers?" And she was like, "No, fuck you guys. I haven't practiced this at all. Like, I thought you were writing covers." And we were like, "No, we thought you were going to play guitar." And so it turned into this whole thing. So I ended up drinking like probably 2 Red Bulls a day for like a week and just kind of like busted, because it would be one thing if we just had to get together as a band and learn the songs, but doing the back, we still didn't have a guitarist at the time.
Yeah, that was the other thing. A big other thing. There wasn't like a guitarist just to make up for the dead space.
Yeah,
that wasn't there.
Because if we had the lineup that we have now, we could have just gone up. I would have felt perfectly comfortable just going up there and jamming. You know what I mean? Like, we can entertain people. Like, we're okay at that. Especially me and him. Like, we can freestyle shit for forever.
I wasn't freestyling shit that day. We tried to freestyle.
Yeah, no,
it was the fucking worst thing.
Yeah, we fucked it up. We tried to play like the Mario theme or something, like the da 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 da, and we just fucked it all.
And I couldn't do it. Nah, it was. I've done better laying on my back in this room on the floor fucking around than I did that day, because it was just like you get to a point and you're like, okay, this isn't going to get any better. It's only going to end.
Yeah.
These people want to fucking, they want this other guy that has this acoustic guitar. And he was, by the way, don't remember his name, killer act. Guy was phenomenal. But they wanted that. They wanted the dude up there with the fucking a washboard, and the other guy with an acoustic guitar, and the other dude with like a 4-piece drum kit doing honky tonk music. And as soon as that happened, that crowd lit the fuck. Like, it was so funny. We left, and there was like a whole downtown event. And as soon as we walked out and that thing started, everybody's getting up and moving and shit. They were like, they're finally gone.
They were like, hell yeah, those fucking weirdos with long hair got out of here, and now we get our country music.
But to be fair, like that was our worst book yet. We just tried to do something close, and
it was a friend of a friend kind of deal where like we pretty much knew going in we had no fucking business playing there, and they were just nice enough to book us, so we do appreciate it. But it was one of those deals where it was like, so are we getting paid? And it was like, no, you're not getting paid. You're not getting fucking paid.
And we didn't.
So you're on for 45 minutes or like an hour, and you got nothing out of it?
It was like 30 minutes, I think. It was like,
no, it was a 40-minute set.
Was it a 40-minute set?
Yeah, it was a 45 minutes.
Well, dude, to be fair, like we didn't like draw no people or anything. It was just people who were kind of there. I think we might have got like $20 out of it or something.
No, we got paid, but we didn't get, you don't get paid what you expect to get. You do good on a night,
Yeah.
As a anybody else in the local bands know, $1,600 fucking payouts like cha-ching.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You're doing it. You each get to eat Waffle House tonight. Like, hell yeah, bro.
But yeah, I was like, literally by the end of it, we like, it was such a shit, just a complete shit show from top to bottom. I was almost like, don't pay us. It's fine. We're good. Just give us some free. Can we have free alcohol maybe?
Yeah.
To drown our sorrows.
Yeah.
How poorly this went. But that, like I said, that was the problem. Was if we had a guitarist, we could have just gone up there and jammed. But I was literally having to, like, take the songs, come up with the cover version, come up with the arrangement, track stereo guitars, do keys, whatever, basically everything except bass and drums and vocals. I was having to like arrange all these covers and record them semi well in this week before the show because we didn't have a guitarist to like learn the stuff. So the guitarist was the computer. and then the computer started having a heat stroke. So yeah, it was pretty bad. It could have gone worse though.
Yeah, and I only play guitar for chicks, so that shit's not happening on stage.
And at least it's still not as bad. Well, I take it back. That was pretty bad. But we had another technical mishap at this last show this last weekend.
That was pretty fun.
You can see if you go on my Facebook page, it's the last video I posted. It's my laptop that was running the tracks. Again, we were at ground zero, and the riser, the drum riser they have is like you can feel everything through it, and it moves a lot. And so I had it up there on a table, and every time I'd hit the kick drum, the laptop would like scoot back a little bit. It would keep scooting back and keep scooting back. And my buddy Bryce, shout out fucking Bryce from State of Illusion. I love you, my brother. He's the homie, and he like kept running up on stage and pushing the laptop back up onto the table. And then one time with all the smoke and the lights and everything, he didn't notice it, but the whole laptop just totally yeeted itself off the table, fell about 6 feet onto the ground, just clattered, made a horrible racket. I'm sure I couldn't hear it, but the tracks never cut out. The tracks it didn't skip a beat or nothing. So shout out Apple, shout out fucking all the cheap shit that I used to run our sound live, because it was very very consistent even with that happening. But yeah, it did, man. My laptop took a whole ass stage dive. It was pretty bad.
That's fucking great.
Trying to think of other fuck ups that we had.
You broke 2 basses.
Yeah, I did that. You remember you know Furnace 41, don't you? You've heard about that venue. Have you
Up in Jonesboro?
Heard about it.
Yeah.
Heard about it.
We played a gig up there, and I broke a bass string on stage on my main bass and had a backup bass that Jason, our guitarist, had brought for me to use. And he didn't tell me it was in fucking drop A. So went to go tune that thing to try to get it back where we're at in tuning, and popped like 2 strings on that, and had to turn around and yell into the crowd and be like, hey, anybody here got an extra bass guitar?
Yeah.
I won't break it.
After watching him just fuck up 2 of them in a row,
Yeah.
and then turn to somebody in the crowd and be like, hey, give me yours. Come here.
Yep. Dude gave me a really nice bass.
Yeah,
He had a brand new Fender Precision bass with like brand new. I could tell the strings had probably been on there a day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. But yeah, definitely did that and halted a show for probably like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was probably the longest we've ever had to take to right the ship. Normally we're pretty quick about it, but that was one where they were turning to me just like, fucking do a drum solo. I don't know, dude. Something that doesn't have to be plugged in, because everything that's plugged in is fucked. That happened to our buddies in State of Illusion at the last show as well. They're I think he's their roadie.
Their guitar tech.
Yeah, guitar tech. He was mulling around backstage, like doing his job and taking pictures and doing all the stuff, and he apparently stepped on the power strip that was connected.
Oh no!
All of their stuff, because they're like, they have a lot of stuff on backing tracks. They're a fucking massive ethereal sounding band, especially live. Like they are a huge band, especially for just like a 3-4 piece. And so they had tracks, they had 2 Axe effects running all their guitars. They had everything was just all in this one power supply, and it got stepped on, and it went from just the most beautiful ethereal madness ever to just like thunk, thunk.
And everybody just standing there, like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, everyone was like, what the fuck? We thought like they flipped a breaker at the venue or something, but yeah, apparently his buddy just came out on the mic like 10 minutes later and was just like, I'm really sorry, guys. But yeah, I was laughing with Bryce after the show. I was like, damn, man, I threw my laptop off the stage and our shit didn't cut out, and y'all had like the nicest stuff ever, and it just completely. Oh, there's cats over there.
Oh.
But yeah, we've we had some good luck with that. They didn't have as good a luck as us, but they still killed it regardless. Technical difficulties and all.
Yeah, we've been fortunate not to have too many fuck ups.
Yeah, could be worse.
Yep, we just suck.
Have you ever fell off stage?
Ari at Skylark, we played Skylark, and she almost busted her ass on stage, but she didn't fall. I was totally ready to let her fall. Chivalry's dead. I would have watched it happen.
Say what?
My hands were free before anybody goes in the comments and says Daniel's not that type of guy, and he would fuck no. She was going, bro. But she called it. And I personally, I think the worst thing I've ever done on stage is, besides break strings, is like maybe I stepped on my cord and unplugged my shit, and then looked at the sound guy, and went like, "The fuck," and then looked down and realized I had stepped my cord out of my pedal board. I've
never fallen, thankfully, because I'm seated the whole time, so I'd have to really fuck up to fall. But I hate drum risers. Like everyone, drummers love them because you finally get a little bit of love from the audience and you can like see everything. I fucking hate them because I always end up knocking my shit off them. The first show I ever played with my band Mob Tones, we were at Purgatory at the Masquerade at the new Purgatory. And they have a really nice stage riser, but I was playing with a kit setup that was more like spread out than usual. And literally first song in, I go and I wail on the crash on my right side, and the whole thing just falls off the side of the stage riser. And my buddy from the crowd runs up and grabs it and puts it back up there. And then like another 2 songs go by, and I wham on it again, and it falls off again. And like at one point, my kick drum, I kick really hard apparently. And my kick drum kept scooting forward, and the kick drum fell off the front of the riser, and like all my shit was just falling off all night. So yeah, that's probably the worst I've done.
Okay, speaking
No falling.
of the kick drum, do you wear shoes or you don't?
You're breaking up on us a little bit.
When you're drumming, do you wear shoes or no?
I don't. I play barefoot almost exclusively, which isn't always a good thing. I've almost been electrocuted once or twice at sketchier gigs, but I can't play with shoes on. It's weird. We just had that whole conversation yesterday, funnily enough. Like, I practiced without shoes on for a long time, and then I would go to play a show, and I would wear shoes at the show, and by like the 3rd song, my leg was just done. It was like I couldn't walk after the gig type shit. And then I realized what it was just the weight difference in never practicing with shoes on and then playing with shoes on. So
it's kind of the same thing with playing bass and just getting used to doing it naked and not having any pants on at all. And you just get used to the whole gravity of everything. So
much harder to play with clothes on.
yeah, dude, I've been begging every venue that we go. It's like, bro, it's fine. I'll fucking, you'll tuck if you have to.
I can't counterbalance.
Yeah, I need my balance on point. My pants are fucking me up.
Yeah.
So you're gonna pull a flea? Just underwear?
What's that?
Just underwear?
Pull a flea.
Are you
Yeah,
gonna
I
pull a
wish
flea?
if I didn't think that somebody would call the fucking police, like I could have probably gotten away with it at a few of the house shows that we played. Like I feel like you could get damn near starch naked for like the Aaron's gig or something like that. Yeah, I could have gotten starch naked, and there were people walking around with like, there was a chick there with she had like the Lady Gaga like sparklers going on her titties. There was all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Me having my pants off would have probably been the least concerning thing.
Yeah, it would have been the least weird thing going on there. So,
but like, yeah, playing Ground Zero or playing Furnace or playing anything like a local venue, I feel like it would be frowned upon.
Yeah,
even if I was in my underwear, I feel like I would probably go to jail. I think those are my chances.
you gotta have the sock.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
I think that's what he's talking about. It's like just a
Yeah.
sock.
Yeah,
I would do that, but I'd probably go to jail.
you dressed as a woman for one show.
I did. I dressed up, and I'm proud of it. It was
Yeah.
awesome. I had a blast.
We played a Halloween show at Got Rocks, and we all dressed as the Scooby Doo cast. And,
I saw that.
Yeah, yeah.
Washed up
I saw
Daphne.
that.
I put the least effort into my costume. I wore brown pants and a green T-shirt, and I was like, "Hell yeah, that's Shaggy." Meanwhile, Daniel's over here with hair dye and fucking heels and a dress and like all sorts of shit.
Yeah, dude, let's fucking go.
Yeah, that was a good show too. Though that was fun.
That was really fun.
All right, guys. Before we wrap this up, do you have any messages for your fans?
As the Callous Cowboys once said, "Huff paint thinner.
It makes you invincible.
No, not at all.
But let's see. We're playing at the Drunken Unicorn this Saturday with Aperion. Was it Aperion?
Scorched Moon, Jaeger.
And Aperion Bound, I think, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. Yep.
But it's going to be a dope prog show, and it is I believe it's the last show that they're doing at the Drunken Unicorn. I think the venue's shutting down, so this is your last chance to come to a cool venue and get some drinks and come see some cool prog bands. And yeah, go stream our stuff on all the things.
Please, we love you. Stream
and-
all the local music.
Yeah, and we're all trying to get our individual socials a little more active. So like I'm posting drum stuff over on YouTube every day. It's at Corey Makes Music. He's posting bass videos on Facebook. Jason's posting guitar videos. We're gonna get Ari going with some like vocal stuff soon. So just keep watching on all the different channels. There will be lots of content and shit coming out soon. So hopefully people will dig it. And go to our YouTube channel, because we have stuff over there that like we kind of posted and never really promoted. Like there's a whole lyric breakdown for Ascend that I think is pretty funny. There's like some bass playthroughs. There's there's all sorts of shit over there. So
And sub the fucking Rob's channel.
Yes.
You bastards.
Thank you.
yes,
Sub to Rob. Everything.
smash that motherfucking sub button, bro.
Yeah.
So you guys know this. So you guys know this is going to be on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Cool.
Twitch is just concert Rob, because it will let me fit everything else in. So
Yeah.
and probably later tonight or tomorrow, I might cut a little bit and put it on TikTok as well.
Hell yeah, man. Sounds good to us. Thank you again for having us, man.
Well,
We're really glad to come back.
No problem. And thank you guys for coming. And I'll see everybody in the next one in about an hour.
Indeed. Peace. See you,
Peace.
man.